So we're so busy this summer that I actually came up here and finished the commissioning of this ATMOSPHERA unit. So we're pulling a vacuum on this. Our installation tech needs some new hoses, had some issues. And I'll show you just a little sneak peek of the vacuum process on this particular unit. Come along. So our installation tech was able to pressurize this system to 450 psi. We went ahead and ran that test, but he was having some issues with the vacuum part of it. So I'll get Miss Ayla in here and I'll show you guys. We're currently pulled down to a 68 micron. Now, since there's not two ports on these units, we are reading the direct vacuum here, so this is not accurate until we isolate. So we'll go ahead and close this ball valve, and we can do what we call a decay test. This system is currently below 100 microns, so we got a really good vacuum on this right now, but this is the way you have to isolate in order to know what that vacuum is on this side of the refrigeration lines. And we did a really good job here, but we'll watch this and make sure that it stops and holds. Some of the really cool places we get to work right up here in nature. Let's see, we're right at a -3 and we're getting really leveled out here. I did crack it a little bit, guys. I reseated it, but looking really good now. Definitely holding that decay test.
There's
there we go.
0.
Yeah, and just keep holding that. There's not another thing to pull this off, is I let a little bit of air in, and that's really all you can do. And I've already talked to the engineers and they say it's fine. Really, under 500 just boils water, and to prove there's no leaks and stuff like that. But I can't release refrigerant without getting it onto the sensor. So it's just a quick Schrader removal. You know, there's nothing in there at all. Still all good vacuum. Okay, now we can work with this. We need to get our Schrader. So this is closed, right? So we're going to go ahead and remove this hose. Okay, we're going to go ahead and put the Schrader back into place. Make sure your stopper's pulled back. Okay, pull the stopper back. Go ahead and thread this in to make the seal. Okay, now we're going to open the valve. We're going to push the Schrader back in, and we want to just feel till it tightens. Don't overturn it, because you can break the Schrader and then you're in trouble. Okay, then just pull it off. Go ahead and close it, and now verify the Schrader is seated. We're in good shape. So we are now ready to charge this system. Since the Schrader's in place, this will not leak at all. See? Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
And now we can just put our cap on, and we know our line set length doesn't require any charge for this unit. So we're just going to release the refrigerant, and that's it. Oh, and there was a cap for this. There it is. Chris keeps his stuff very nice. We got to keep stuff very nice for Chris. Put everything back where we found it. And look, Chris, we got everything nice. No dirt, no dust. All right, and we're ready to release the refrigerant. So I'll show you guys how we do this. If you want to come over here. Okay, we're going to make sure that's on. Our Schrader's good, just a little snugged up. Now we're going to release the caps to the valves. Okay. And this is our Python line set. This is all flexible line set. Really neat with fittings that you can just connect it right up without brazing. So, and you can cut it to whatever length you want. So you're not like at the 50-foot mark having to braze a coupling. So that's pretty cool. And no brazing, so you don't have to purge with nitrogen because you get the oxidation inside the copper lines. And this retains the heat better. You actually get a higher BTU output for using this type of line set called Python. Right there. This one right here. It's perfect. Okay, I've got a special tool for that. All right. Okay, release the refrigerant. Nice and slow there. All right. Yeah, that's kind of fun. All right. Loosen the liquid. Okay, just make sure they're back seated all the way. And we're good. We'll put the caps on and we're ready to start the system. Now I know there's a commissioning sheet we need to look at here too, so we can commission it for a rebate. Turn on the breakers. This went really smooth. I'm very happy. The guys did a great install, as usual. Looks really good. Got it all fastened with adhesive to the blocks so it can handle the wind. Snugged up nice. Alright. Alright. Well, let's go turn this thing on. Breaker time. Excellent. Mini split. Look at this, runs on a 20 amp double pole.
Wow.
No power. So what's neat about this ATMOSPHERA unit in the R-32 is it says that we don't have to add any refrigerant until we exceed 49.25 feet in length, or 15 meters. And then we would add 0.22 ounces for every foot exceeding 49 feet. Pretty cool. So we won't have to add any refrigerant to this unit. And it says you can do a maximum allowable pipe length of 98 feet. Minimum is 10 feet. Now be careful of this. Some guys install these units right below it and you're not at the 10 feet. I've seen a lot of guys make that mistake. There is a minimum pipe length, 10 feet. And then how high can the line set run? 82 feet. So we did add the pan heater as well to make sure this can handle down to negative 22. And it says here that you need to flip a dip switch on the board, the SW6 1 on, SW6 2 off. And you see my guys have already done that and marked that. Alright, cool. So we're ready to fire this thing off for the very first time. Here's your basic powerful and fan controls. The powerful will turn it up to super high for a given time, and then temperature control on off. But when you slide this down, there's where all your goodies are. And if you keep going, there's your batteries. So here's where you can switch through your modes if you want to heat, cool, eco modes, the menu. If you want to get into the menu, of course, there's the manual will tell you a lot more about this. Controlling the vanes up, down, left, right. There is a sensor to see if there's somebody in the room, and there's a lot of information on that as well. And here's how you do the scheduling, so you actually can program this. But we're going to just start off with the basics, and we're just going to go to see how it's on auto. Can you all see that? That means it would heat and cool. But let's switch it to cool mode, which will be the snowflake. And you want to hear an audible sound come from the unit, because even if you go like, see, the unit does not know what I'm telling it to do. So the remote is only telling the indoor unit what to do, then the indoor unit takes over. And that also goes for the temperature in the room. Has a temperature sensor on top. So we turned it down, let's power it on. All right, let's swing it to the side. Can you all see those vanes in there? We're going to push the swing button right here on the remote. See those inside vanes are now swinging over to the left? And then when you hit the button again, they'll stop wherever you want them. This is the whole cabin, you guys. So they have a nice loft up there. They've got a bedroom over here, a bathroom, nice little kitchen, and the living room. And then they have a beautiful view out the front of the mountains. So quiet. That's like what I like to sleep to. Just that nice quiet fan noise. And you can control fan speeds and do other things. Right now it's in auto. You can also mount this on the wall. So if you find a place in your home that you like to stick this, You know, it does come with screws or a sticky back, you know, if you wanted it here. Kind of nice. That feels good.
Yeah, it makes it already cooler in here.
Way cooler in here. The multi-zones are coming soon. So this is our first piece of equipment that we've been able to sell with the new R-32 refrigerant, and filming this as of today, it is the end of June in 2024. So the air is like right about here. Now what if I hit powerful? Oh shoot, the powerful is kicking some butt. Oh, I can feel it. Here's the air, the top of the air is right here. Oh yeah, I could feel it across the room, no problem. If there was something soft here, it would be blowing around right now. All the way across the room.
That far away.
Oh yeah.
20 to 15 feet across the room.
Yeah, at least. Look at that. It's blowing like crazy. That's great. Let's see how high it is. It's still up here.
Still moving.
A little bit, but the majority of it's right here. All the way over to here. It's blowing a little bit. Yeah, pretty cool.
I think
So
it's working great for the size of the house. It's going to be cooled in less than 20 minutes. Really.
Yeah, and really I sized it larger for heat. And as we get closer to temperature, the fan turns down. Look.
You can hear it.
Cleans are really easy. Just pop open the door.
Moving.
Yeah, and that's on low. I mean, it's
on
just
low.
barely running. But
very
it'll go
nice.
even lower, watch.
Yeah, and even then. I mean, it just sounds like a
So
fan.
nice.
You can barely hear it.
I think I hear the fridge now more
Yeah,
than
the
this.
fridge is louder. The compressor in the fridge.
Yep, I hear it more than this now. And this is still running. I got it set to 75. That's still nice and cold. Alright, so then let's just power it down.
Leave it, yeah.
And it'll go through a cycle and it'll close up its veins.
It'll go down and then all the way back up.
Yep. And so you could blow that heat down like that and let it go up and then rise up
You
again.
can always have it oscillating.
Yeah,
so
with a
it'll
ceiling
always be
fan,
moving.
move things. They're installing a ceiling fan. Our electricians are going to do that for them. There it is. And it's off. Isn't that nice? These are so nice. That's it. And they can turn it to heat when they need heat. We're good to go. You got to see the boss do some work today. I personally train all my guys, so I've been doing every aspect of this, so I'm not just a business owner. I'm not just a salesman. I'm not just a YouTuber. I started tinning homes all the way up, worked my way all the way up. I did service manager, all kinds of stuff. Okay, we're going to show you guys the outside unit. This customer explained to us that they had issues with snow on certain areas that we wanted to put the unit, so we had to get creative. They thought, well, can we put it under the deck? And I was like, yeah, I would love to, but the deck's not tall enough. So we came up with this idea here, and we set it up just outside the deck, as you can see. There's construction adhesive on the pad, so this isn't going anywhere. We did the pan heater for this since this is a low temp unit. You can see the R-32 new refrigerant tag, pretty cool. Over here you can see we put our stickers on here because we're proud of what we do. Electrician's got us a new disconnect here, and I'll show you guys around this side. So we got permission to cut into the deck, and I think it's a clean look because they already had cut into the deck with the downspouts, so we cut into the deck for the line set hide. Brought it right up to where the high wall head is, and you can see why we couldn't take it any higher, because that roof line comes down so low. But isn't that clean? I mean, once that's painted, you probably won't even notice it. And they said a ton of snow built up here, and this is where I wanted to put the outdoor unit, but they said this was just like, you know, snow up to the window. So obviously we don't want to do that. But they said that side stays all clear, so that's why we put the mini split outdoor unit on the corner of the deck outside there. Thanks for coming along with another one with Grant's Heating and Air. This is fun to share each of these installs that we do in the different types of applications. And if you got a cabin like this up in the mountains, a single zone system could work for you. The R-32 is so efficient, as we showed the SEER HSPF ratings. It's awesome and quiet. You'll love it. We'll see you on the next one.